Gavin, would you support a Muslim American for president?
Hell no. That would be insane. That would be like having a German president in 1942 in America.
Fucking Middle East. All feminists should move to the Middle East and get to work.
I mean, if I was a feminist, I wouldn't be putting up white supremacy stickers. I'd be putting up stickers saying, get Sharia out of America. Or, we don't want your burqas here. Or, honor killings are dishonorable. That's a good one.
Burqas and hijabs, people can wear that. That's a religious expression thing. That's not.
Is it, though?
Yeah.
Okay, if the burqa is just religious expression and it's perfectly fine, why is it black polyester in the Middle East? Why are you in a bin bag, as Billy Connolly puts it? Why isn't it flowing white gauze or a fresh cotton? It's clearly meant to punish the woman and make her suffer. And it impairs your vision. It's a form of oppression, but feminists in the West seem more concerned about high heel shoes, which women wear as a choice. But a burqa is not a choice. It's illegal not to wear one, and all over the Middle East, Sharia law dictates a woman cannot show her body.
I'm not from that culture, so I would rather not tell them what to do right now.
You want to win all the gift cards down below? All you gotta do is hit the like, subscribe, turn notifications on, leave a comment down below, and enjoy the video.
3 million Muslims in America today. We've got places like Dearborn, Michigan, which are basically fifth columns for Islam. So it is here in America.
It is here.
And in the UK, we just had a child pedophile ring going on that wasn't investigated by the police because they didn't want to appear racist. So I think this sort of cultural relativism is really dangerous. Why are you so focused on these rich white males who are essentially trying to get the economy going, trying to sell you stuff, trying to keep you happy, because happy keeps the economy going? I mean, Jack Welch, the CEO of GE, he doesn't want women getting raped. He doesn't have time for that. He's worried about the bottom line. He doesn't have time for racism either. If he's looking at a resume, okay, this is a new accountant. Oh, good. He's going to save us $250,000 a year in tax? Oh, my God, he's that smart? And he's only asking for $150K? Well, the guy's a living profit machine. Of course I'm going to... Oh, he's a black man.
It's about how they perpetuate the capitalist structure, though.
Minimum wage?
Minimum wage jobs.
You're not supposed to raise a family at McDonald's.
You may not be supposed to be, but there are too many people that is their only option.
Oh, because illegal aliens have crowded out the
Not
market.
just that.
Well, 15 million illegals working cheap has surely affected the bottom line. So I think if you're concerned about wages and the working class, you should be fighting illegal immigration. They've driven down the wage gap. I mean, sorry, they've driven down the minimum wage. They've driven down wages in general.
We walk in and we start just going, proud of your boy, I'll make you proud of your... And everyone's giving the finger, racist, Nazi, we don't want the KKK. You're like, the KKK, really? That'd be funny if we just showed up on horses in Klansman uniforms, like, ka-dum, pa-dum, ka-dum, pa-dum, dum. We're here to do our KKK talk, boy. Get out of my way. Anyway, so we get there, and I'm with Proud Boys. We're surrounded. Everyone's going, fuck you, yeah. And in retrospect, I should have just started snapping fingers and macing people. I regret not playing their dirty tricks, because when we finally got to the door, someone pepper sprayed me in the eyes, which is very, very painful. I gotta say, wow, it's a wake-up call. Fuck you! It only lasts for about 20 minutes, and I went into the bathroom after. I'm sort of jumping ahead in the story, and I was washing my eyes out, and I thought, how do I know it's not acid? Like, what if I'm going to be disfigured now and I'll be on the cover of National Geographic, like, the face of free speech, and I'll be that guy forever? Like the guy... I feel like burn victims are super nice, you know? I'll be like with a puppy and a little kid. Hi, I'm just a regular guy. And as I was washing it off, I tasted pepper on my mouth, and I went, oh, thank God it's pepper spray. And then I remembered, oh yeah, we're in the West. This is not the Middle East. Even our worst scumbag, moronic anarchists who think they're freedom riders, and they're really just being fashionable. Ready? All right.
Not ready.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi, Gavin.
Emily.
They want to celebrate empowered women.
Kick-Ass 2 is a movie that sums up modern feminism, and it is women are men. Women kick ass, women are Marines. Like, modern feminism is, why aren't there more female superheroes? I don't know, because it's not a feminine thing to fly to a bank robber and punch him in the face.
It seems like feminism has said, women, you're freed from the kitchen, and then it took them out of the frying pan into the fire, and they're just sitting in a filthy apartment, eating takeout food, getting used and abused by men. I've always said New York City is an elephant's graveyard for ovaries because women come here thinking it's empowered to get fucked by tons of guys and then thrown in the trash. That's the thing about all this feminism.
Story.
Men win. With free love and bra burning, we got tons of sex and jiggly tits. The background of it is poverty. Like in Africa, they burn elephant dung as fuel, and then we come in and tell them, no, that's bad for the environment for you to use coal, so stick with the dung, and then they get all these diseases because they're inhaling hot shit all day.
I did not know.
Here's something you should understand about men. We have evolved over all these years to be horny 24 hours a day and be thinking of sex 24 hours a day. It's a curse when you're in your teens because you are honestly on the verge of tears begging God to let you stop beating off. It's been 6 times. Is there something I can eat to be less horny? These fucking bureaucrats with no interest in being there, these rude, lazy morons are going to be handling your justice. You're imparting your freedom and your liberty and your equality. You're saying, hey, shitheads, can you run my life, please? Even the cat calls today are fucking pussy cat calls. They're like, hello, yo, you're so beautiful, God bless. What?
What's wrong with that?
It's pussy whip. You're supposed to say, that ass just ruined my day. Or, I would fucking suck the dick. I would love to kiss. Well, tell me a fire. I'm genuinely interested. Tell me a fire.
I mean, sexual assault is still an issue.
More men get raped than women. So feminism, we need feminism because too many men are getting raped.
Too many people are getting raped. That's part of it.
Okay, that actually makes sense. We need feminism because more men are getting raped than women, and we need to bring that number down.
We need to bring all numbers down around rape and sexual assault.
Well, the cases of rape are plummeting over the past quarter century. All crime is going down. Okay, so, but then feminists should be outside prisons going, this is out of control. Stop prison rape. Stop prison rape. Leave men alone. Leave men alone. I cannot picture that.
Yeah, well, I think that there should be more.
Okay, so men getting raped is one fire that we need feminism for. Give me another one. Women in the hood love being catcalled. Black women love it.
Not all of them, no.
Well, not all of them.
And not all the time. I mean,
nothing is all. Nothing, it's not. We're not in Stalinist Russia. Nothing's all.
I have witnessed women trying to protect themselves and figure out how to get out of the situation, just because of aggressive catcalls and like.
Well, you're right. Black men can get out of control sometimes, but for the most part,
pretty balanced in who's catcalling.
Oh, really? Lots of black women running in fear from horny white men in Bed-Stuy?
It does happen.
Come on. Women are bleaching their anus. You know how many men have gone, she's almost perfect, but her anus is brown. So we're splitting up.
Assessment. How can it be such a risk if they don't know where he stands? What are you doing, Gavin?
I have spent a lot of time with British people. They are huge wimps, and their entire life philosophy revolves around capitulation, and that is why they've lost their whole island to Islam. If you look at the demography of 18 to 25s there, they're all named Muhammad. London looks like Londonistan.
All of them? Everyone.
The most common name in Britain now with young people is Muhammad.
Yes, and then Simon.
Incorporate all the spellings.
Yeah.
And all these sort of satellite suburbs that are around London, I mean, they're not all Muslim, but they're Bangladeshi, they're brown. So London's gone, and it's because their whole thing is, who am I not offending? They see Trump offending people, and they go, well, that's going to be terrible. No, dude, we tried capitulation. We tried being weak. We tried conducting all our affairs based on who it's going to make maddest or who's going to make not maddest, and it doesn't work.
So America's turning over a new leaf now, and we're not going to take it anymore.
Okay,
and that
so-
Britain can't handle that.
Just because women are less like physically strong doesn't mean you get to push them around.
I don't push them around. I want them doing their magical powers, which is breeding, making babies. Sure, some of them are tough enough to be in the Marines. They're called lesbians. You are pretending that they're all exactly the same, and they should all fucking Supermans should be Clark Kent and working at the Daily Bugle. No. Clark Kent is a shitty journalist. Some of Supermen might be good, but the majority of them should use their magic power, and that is making babies and shaping lives. Now, when we take men out of the equation, we shape lives like you and make these giant fucking ginger babies who drink moonshine all day.
That's not moonshine, that's sweet tea like my Meemaw made me. And second of all,
Your Meemaw made you into a pussy. She made you into a sweet tea.
I think
Except for
thankfulness.
Muslim religions, because they have such a severe problem with inbreeding that they've gone backwards in time.
You just did it again, huh? I see what you did.
I see what you did
See what
there.
you're doing. You're fucking
No, look
around.
at Iran in 1965 and look at Iran now. They've gone backwards in time.
Well, a lot of that has to do with war. A lot of that has to do with all sorts of fucked up shit that's going on in the Middle East.
Marrying your
Has to do
first
with-
cousin is what it has to do with. Can I get a bucket to piss in?
Yeah, well, you can go piss. There's a bathroom right out there.
It's discouraged. And I think that's why we have so many of these ginger jihadis. I mean, you look up any attack against America, and I keep repeating this, but from Boston bombers you mentioned in the book, you look at their childhood, and it was always, I played soccer and he listened to Van Halen, and he was a relatively normal kid. He was still an immigrant, and his parents were still Muslim, but he was on the way to assimilation. And then they start to get into adolescence, and they get into a culture where we've trivialized patriotism, and we said this country sucks, and it's racist, and the cops kill black people for sport.
Right.
And you start getting mad, and the next thing you know, you hate this country.
But yes, the culture has to be changed too. I think that would be a lot easier if we didn't have people, millions, tens of millions pouring in who have no affection and no commitment to this culture.
I think gay marriage is a tiny contingent of bitchy gays. Most gays don't give a fuck. It's almost like,
but they want to be a woman.
You can't be a woman. You can't be a bat. You can't be a giraffe. Becoming a woman is not something you get off a shelf. What's the matter with homosexuals? Why do you hate all this shit? And I go, obviously I don't fucking care. Like if you're on a mountain and you do something to yourself, you can cut your face off. There was just a woman in the news, she decided she wanted to be blind. And she had a physician put shit in her, chemicals in her eyes. She's blind.
Fucking insane.
I don't want to make that illegal, but I want to also say, let's not normalize this, because someone who is kind of dumb and crazy and thinks they want to be blind, now you've made it okay. So the MMA fight is a perfect example of the problem with this whole live and let live thing, because now we have a dude with tits and a fake cunt kicking the shit out of chicks. Just way worse than racism and anything else. The biggest albatross on Black America's neck is this vision, this assumption that the world's out to get you. The elephant in the room with all this stuff is black failure, white guilt. And we need to explain why blacks are in prison. We need to explain why blacks are doing badly. And to say, oh, cops are fucking horrible racist pigs and America's racist, explains away the failure, and then there's no culpability. And you go, oh, that's why they're doing bad. It's our fault. And then you can get on with your day. But no, you're in jail because you'd committed a crime.
Right, but the problem...
Sit there and say, excuse me, that's untowards. I was told I could bring all my guys, and you set me up against 200 people, so I'm not going to thin my herd, but I can't talk. Not only are my eyes on fire, I'm totally disoriented. So I'm like blind getting in there, and one guy gets in, and then the rest are just left there to the wolves. They're just stuck there with these Antifa guys with their masks covered. By the way, I got in a fight with one by taking off his mask. Take off their masks. And so my guys go, all right, let's start fighting. So this dude Sal gets in there and starts pounding them. He looks kind of like the mastermind behind 9/11, doesn't he? And Ryan gets in there. He actually looked Antifa because he was cold, so he had a mask on. And he was pounding the crap out of people. He gets arrested too. And then we had this other guy, Pike. He gets in there. He was like Friar Tuck. He took on 10 black bloc dudes. And they all look the same. They're all skinny. They're usually sons of college professors, I find, these Antifa guys. And they're dressed like little ninjas. And they look like bowling pins. And he just walks in, literally hitting 4 at once. I'm not exaggerating. He's a monster, this guy. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
All right, guys.
Go ahead. What? Go ahead. Don't touch him. Right over there. Watch out behind him. Come on. Huh? Come on. Huh? Don't touch him. Huh? Don't touch. Shut up.
Why do you guys wear masks?
Why?
Just out of curiosity, why do you wear masks?
Because it looks fucking cool. I want to be a ninja. You're a faggot. You're a fucking asshole.
So anyway, I get out there and I get into the speech and I think, who do they think they're fighting against? Like, the guy that they're fighting is worse than David Duke or Brendan. What's that guy who denied the Holocaust? Ernst Sundell or whatever. This maniac that they think they're fighting, he doesn't exist. And I go, there are 3 problems with America right now: the Negro, the woman, and the homosexual. Because that's who they thought they were battling. And I just saw a room of jaws go. Because the protesters know I'm not that guy deep down. Like, it's sort of like when you watch those ghost hunter shows and they go, yeah, we heard some disturbances downstairs. Those guys don't believe in ghosts. They're bullshitting. It's a good gig, hunting ghosts. So they pretend to believe in ghosts. They don't believe in ghosts. And these people don't believe in these fascist Nazis. They just thought... So when I was that guy, they thought, what the hell's going on? This game just became real.
Let's welcome tonight's guests. Well, he's a prog and a fog. It's Miles McInnes, brother of our friend Gavin McInnes, stay-at-home blogger. First, I want to ask you, do you feel safe here among the other panelists?
In the belly of the beast? Absolutely not. I'll be very impressed and surprised if I get out of here alive.
Really? Well, we invited you here because we wanted your opinions. Because we believe...
No, you invited me here so you could ridicule me and say things that are not nice, because that's what conservatives do. Faux news.
Faux news. All right, sir. Well, let me ask you how you feel about these students. Do you support these students in their right to limit expression?
That's a very interesting way of phrasing it. I support these students in their right not to be abused by speech. You know, it's all this screaming at them, insulting them, and yelling at them is the same as fire in a crowded theater. It's threatening to them, and it's illegal to have hate speech that threatens people. This sort of free speech that you're promoting is actually illegal.
It is illegal.
Yes.
I don't understand that.
Because you're threatening people. You're saying Black lives don't matter. That's a threat to them.
I never said that.
Well, that's basically what you're saying when you're not letting us scream at people having brunch and scream at people in libraries.
So it's okay for you guys to scream, but I can't scream back?
We're screaming, help!
Wow.
We're not screaming, you're a jerk. Well, we're sort of screaming you're a jerk, but it's because you're hurting us. If you're getting punched, you might go, help, this is a jerk.
But so you're saying words were like fists?
Yes, words have power. Wake up, America.
Wow. No,
Say fire in a crowded theater and tell me words don't have power.
What if there is a fire?
There is a fire going on right now, and it's a war on the non-privileged.
I find strip clubs to be a real sort of a cathedral of worship for women. It's seen as a sexist place, and I think when women go there, they think everyone's going to be going, ha ha ha, look at that fucking naked bitch, pour beer on her tits, yeah. But I find women are shocked to see what it is, where it's like a church, where men are just staring in awe. They're not talking. They're very quiet. They just sip their beer, and women just put their asshole in the guy's face, and he's just sort of sipping his beer, just going. And a woman who takes good care of herself, her anus does look beautiful. Now, you say a man, if I was to put my ass in your face, you would need 100% of your willpower not to throw up. I've got hairs all around it. I probably have hemorrhoids. My bag hangs down like a turkey's gullet, and it's got sporadic hairs like a
It's about
a
how you
dying
appreciate
Darth Vader.
bodies, though, because bodies can be quite beautiful, and it's who...
So you're one of these people who believes that fat people are beautiful.
Yeah, they can be.
But that's, can we at least agree it's unhealthy to weigh 500 pounds?
Yes, of course.
So when we glorify everyone and say everything is beautiful, it's your muffin top hanging over your big gunt hanging over your belt is wonderful, you're actually encouraging obesity. What's the matter with beauty? And it's not like men are picky. All these standards are...
I think it's about encouraging health. Some people are healthy at different sizes, and...
No, you're not healthy when you're fat.
500 pounds is a different story, but I'm saying there is
280 ain't great either.
There is...
Well, I just feel like I don't understand why men get blamed for these unattainable beauty standards when we're fucking pigs.